Hello, this is 3. Thank you for watching my 5.2 mount farming guide. Put this together just so I could show some of the new mounts that came out in 5.2 that I've been working on. I don't have all of them yet, but I have most. There's 3 dire horn mounts that drop off of rare spawns. They will be listed in the video later. There's also 1 dire horn mount that you get from completing the new faction, getting exalted and buying it. It's from doing dailies every day. Aside from the dire horn mounts that came out, they also introduced a few raptor mounts, and that's in a new place called the Isle of Giants, and I'll show that as well. And here's some of the ones. There's 4 of them that you can possibly get. 3 of them drop from primal eggs, and 1 of them you get from farming 9,999 bones. Obviously that takes a little while, but it's worth the grind. It's a nice looking mount, and you get a special achievement. Here's the white one now. There's the achievement. I got 9,999 problems, but a bone white primal raptor isn't one of them. Alright, this is the first rare spawn location in Kressarang Wilds. It's on this little island in between the 2 big ones. Now right here, he's not actually spawned. There's a corpse that I click on second right up top of the screen. So if you see a corpse, it's likely that he's not going to spawn at least within the next few minutes, so you can move on. If you don't see one, then he might spawn soon. They're usually on a 30 minute to an hour spawn timer, so they spawn kind of often, but there's a lot of people currently camping them, so you can do it with 1 or 2 people. 1 is a little bit more difficult depending on your class because of the abilities, but 2 to 3 is easy to kill these things. This one's in Dreadwaste. As you can see, there's 1 spawn that's being fought right now. This is where he actually spawns, in this location. Everywhere I mount up is usually where they actually spawn. A good indication to know you're in the right spot is to see the big pterodactyl that's flying right by. They won't always be there because people kill them, but this is the one in Townlong. You can see the pterodactyl behind it marking the spot where he spawns. There's also war scouts. There's 2 in each area that will be walking back and forth that respawn fairly quickly as well. Those do not have a chance of dropping the mount, so what you're looking for is the Warbringer. Here's the Kunlai Summit spawn point. Again, you have the pterodactyl. And he spawns about right here. And here's the last spawn point in Jade Forest. He was actually up when I was recording this, so I already have all 3 of them, so I didn't need to even try to kill him. I just wanted to make this video to show everybody who may not already know. Now when you're looking at these and you're farming for all 3 of the different colors, I kept getting the darker 2 mixed up, which is the slate and the amber. And then somebody pointed out to me that the eyes are different colors, and I noticed also that the saddle looks different, but the eyes is what I went by. If it's got blue eyes, it's the slate, which is the big one that's actually spawned right there. And the mount that I'm on has yellow eyes, that's the amber. And then the jade, you won't really mix it up because it's so bright, but it's got purple eyes.
saw the debuff on you after the first one.
Alright, this is kind of funny. I don't know if the sound's coming through, I'll have to check it, but we were farming. This is where one of the mounts dropped for a guy who was really wanting this specific color mount. He already had one of the other two, but he really wanted this one.
Oh shit!
There you go. Congrats.
Yes! Awesome.
Now, as you can see, they
One
don't
to
just
go
drop
there, man.
had a chance to drop the mount. They
Oh,
also drop
yeah.
a green and a blue bag, possibly, that have random things in it, and they drop a bunch of tokens for rep as well. Those tokens are, I believe, 1,000 rep with whatever the name is that's on there. Unless you've got the human perk or the guild perk. Right here, this is where you go to start the new dailies. And this is where you'll get the rep Primal Direhorn mount once you get exalted with them. This is the daily hub. It may change later on because we're currently at stage 3, or stage 3 or 4. And you just do a bunch of dailies till you hit exalted. Once you are exalted, this is the quartermaster back here. And you can see that he has the mount for sale, and it's 2,100 gold. Alright, this is where you start farming the primal raptors. This is the Isle of Giants. It's just north of Kunlai Summit. When you fly across, you hit a spot that has a limited amount of fatigue, and when you get to a certain point, as you can see in the video, it'll dismount you or take you out of flight form. If you watch where you're at underneath, you'll just fall in the water. If you're not careful, you might hit land, so make sure you're paying attention. Or if you're an engineer and you have any kind of slow fall ability, you can just use that as well and be safe. This is kind of a view from up above of the island where all these dinosaurs are at. And there's also the world boss that spawns down there as well. There's several different kinds of dinosaurs on here. The general rule of thumb for the eggs and the bones is the more health the mob has, the better chance it has of dropping an egg, and the more bones it's going to drop. There's the Horde flight path directly underneath me here, and then the Alliance is on the opposite side over here. Alright, I went ahead and pulled one of these guys just to show you the bones they drop. If you're by yourself, most of the little ones aren't too bad. You might have to kite a little bit depending on your class, but as a tank I have no issue with any of them. The bigger ones are a little bit tougher, but not that bad. Now if you go into the center of the island and you see the giant T-Rexes, they're the hardest to kill. You need a couple people for that, or at least a healer to be with you. We're very good at kiting. I found that these ones right up front, these Direhorns, the big ones, had the best drop rate on the eggs, and for what I was able to solo, and they had a 5% off the big ones, and the small ones, they can have anywhere from a 0.3% to a 1% drop rate. I didn't really look them up specifically, I just killed them when I could. Like I said, the more health they have, the more bones that they'll drop. And when you're going for the white primal raptor, you need 9,999, so it's going to take a while. something that can help. Once you have your egg, it lasts for 3 days and can't be you can't get another one, at least not on that character. So I would find people who needed an egg that didn't care about farming 10,000 bones for the other mount, and they would come out and join my group, and if an egg dropped, they could pick it up since I couldn't, and they would pass on all the bones that dropped. So that was a way to speed it up a little bit for me. Up here, I just wanted to show you a little info. There's humanoids that are on this island. They do not drop eggs that I know of. I haven't seen anything that showed they drop eggs, but they do drop bones, but they only drop 1 to 2 bones each. So they're not really worth farming if you're after bones or eggs. They do have a chance of dropping 4 different pets, and they also drop a hunter book, I believe, to help tame the dire horn out here. Right here you can see I farmed an egg, and here's opening up the egg. That's actually the second or the third time I've gotten the black raptor, and then this is the last one I needed, was the green one. I didn't have video of the red one when I got it. Anyways, I hope this helped. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.